Hi, I wanted to share with you something I've been doing over the last week or so, from last weekend through this week um, and this weekend. And it's an activity that I love to do with my inner child. Really simple activity that they tend to do a lot in children's nurseries or kindergartens because it's so simple and you don't need any artistic skill or ability, talent, and you don't need a lot of materials, just a pot, paint, washing up liquid, a bit of water, a straw, and then you blow. I have actually done a clip, a very short clip of what it entails, just to give you an idea. So these are just remnants from last week, what I did by a bubble, but if you can see it, because the colour is quite faint. And from that, it just developed into making these circles, so different sizes, and elaborating on some of the bubbles a bit more. And then from there, I decided to create this necklace. So just cutting out all these circles and creating this necklace. And what came out was this little face, and I've just elaborated on it. And I was inspired to call her Miss Bubbles. And I've actually written a poem as well related to this, with a wonderful little message and teaching for all of us, really. But what I really love about this utilising bubble painting is it's because it's such a simple activity and it doesn't require any control. It's very unpredictable, very spontaneous. And this is something that my inner child loves, because we've been in quite suppressive, controlled environments. We've grown up with that, and we're still sort of in it in a sense. So this activity is a wonderful way to counteract any form of control. It's a respite. It's healing from it, because it's so simple and it doesn't require any planning, any observation, any control of any kind. So it's very liberating and freeing and healing to do. So I wanted to share this with you, because if you're you've been in this similar situation and you want to break from it, you want to have a bit of fun and just let go and just surrender, and just bubble painting is a brilliant little activity to do, and you're connecting in with your inner child at the same time. And you can create these amazing little effects, these beautiful textures and patterns. You don't have to do a necklace. This is just me being creative and more playful. But it's a wonderful way of just really tuning in to your inner child and enjoying yourself and having a bit of fun and silliness. And it's not really about the outcome. It's more just the act of creating in this very non-controlling manner. And it's quite surprising how it can bring such joy and peace, because you're actually doing something new with yourself, and there's no pressure there. There's no pressure for it to have to turn out, for it to be a masterpiece. It's just merely just for fun and play, and doing a bit of creativity in a very unplanned, accidental way, because the bubbles will go their own way. When you print them on the paper, they just go the way they want to, like on here, and they create these wonderful effects. So you can have such fun with it. Anyway, this Miss Bubbles has a message through a poem that I wrote. So I'm going to read that to you now. Miss Bubbles has come to visit today, to burst all your cares and worries away, as Miss Bubbles expresses her childlike nature that connect directly to our own, teasing out this aspect, perhaps laying in the shadows, long forgotten and alone. by spreading some cheer, some joy, some fun, inviting us to play with abandon until the setting of the sun. She reminds us all is fleeting like bubbles, popping in the air, precious moments to cherish, appreciate before they're no longer there, and to take ourselves lightly like the bubbles floating with ease, and stop being so obedient to others, do more of what we please. So like bubbles are so playful, they'll go in their own directions. They're not going to go where you think they should go or want them to go. And this is how it's sort of teaching us to do the same. Why should we follow, imitate, copy, and just be obedient to others, just so that we can receive some love and attention and validation and please. And this is reminding us of that. The bubbles are reminding us to go our own way, to not follow anything particular. Not all the time, anyway. I know there's times we need to do that, but not always. And when we're doing stuff like this, playing with the bubbles, that's our time to just let things evolve and develop and have that element of surprise and discovery. And this is what this is really great for doing. It's just bringing that surprise, the element of surprise and discovery that we don't often experience if we're always in so much in control, or we're just following other people's instructions. So that I hope you enjoyed that little poem, and that you can take on board and implement in your own life in very small ways to help you. And as I say, there's a little clip in this video to show you how to do some bubble painting if you want to do it. It's such fun. Okay, I'll leave it there.